tempted us.
Good evening, everybody. I'll call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Library Trustees for Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Mary Ann, would you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mary Ann. And would you call the roll?
Maybe. Deitchman. Ford. Here. Hubbard. Larson. Here. Lowe.
Present.
Russo.
Here.
Fasano. Here.
Thank you, Mary Ann. We do have a quorum, so I'll move on to number 4, comments from the audience. Would anyone here or online like to speak to the board tonight? Hearing none, we'll move on to number 5. Would someone like to make a motion to approve or amend the agenda?
I will move that we approve the July 15, 2025 agenda.
Second.
Motion by trustee Fasano and a second by trustee Lowe. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the agenda is approved. Okay, number 6 is approval of the consent agenda. And on the consent agenda, we have the regular board meeting minutes for June 17th, 2025. And I think Joe is putting in some minor corrections as we speak. Then we also have the June 2025 financials, which includes the check register and the treasurer's report. And then we also have resolution 2026-001, the transfer of funds to special reserves. So the things
I'm bringing it up right now.
okay, and everybody will be able to see
Yeah.
it.
I just have to. Look it.
There were just a couple names that were missing, and trustee Ford, not Hubbard, actually asked about the roof question, the roof inspection, so we got that changed.
Are we looking at the regular board minutes?
Yes.
From June, and I just republished them with those corrections. So you should be, in just a second, pull it up to see what Daniel's referring to. It's finishing it up. Okay, so now when you go into the regular board meeting, June 17th, and open that attachment under consent agenda, you open it up and it'll have the changes that were made. So it indicates that trustee Ford, under new business, trustee Ford had asked about the roof being checked for hail damage. Oh, it did not correct that thing. It's actually, instead of trustee Lowe requested photos, it should just be trustees requested photos.
Okay.
And unfortunately, even though I thought I did it correctly, it did not also include words from Daniel's president's report, which was basically just congratulating me on the end of year 2, and that the board was looking forward to the start of year 3. And even though I tried to add that to it very quickly, I must have pasted over the wrong one.
That's so we have those minutes amended.
Yeah.
Any other changes or discussion?
This is my first time to get to see it, so.
Sure. We're all getting used to our new Chromebooks.
And diligent.
Yes. Okay, great.
Then I move to approve the consent agenda as amended during the meeting.
I second that.
Motion by trustee Larson, and I think Christie beat you out by a
Whatever.
second. So a motion by Larson and a second by Ford. Any discussion? All in favor say roll call, please. Roll call?
Roll call, please, okay.
That too, Deechman, Ford,
Aye.
Hubbard, Larson,
Aye.
Lowe,
Aye.
Russo,
Aye.
Fasano, aye.
And the consent agenda is approved. Thank you, everybody. And moving on to number 7, the president's report, which seems very quick in the meeting today. I just want to mention Tuesday, Trustee Day for the Illinois Library Association Convention is Thursday, October 16th. And a nice thing this year is that it's in Rosemont, so it's an easy trip, or pretty easy trip. Trustee Day is really wonderful. You can go to other things that are at the conference if there's a session that you're interested in, but they really have a whole day for trustees with breakfast, which is really just a time to meet other trustees and talk about issues. And then they usually have several legal presentations about Open Meetings Act or how to run meetings. Then there's a lunch and other sessions. But they have a whole set of programs that are really directed to the trustees. So it's close, it's really interesting. The early deadline for admission to the conference is September 16th. So you've got time to think about it, and they could just let you know if...
Yeah, I know there's one conference where I can't register, you have to register yourself, but that might be PLA and not IA. So yes, if you're interested in going, I will try to register you, and if I have trouble, I'll let you know. But the trustee day that Thursday will reimburse you for any transportation costs, as well as the cost of the conference for that day.
And
We'll be sending some staff as well.
And
In fact, I'm sorry, Amy Marks is presenting
oh, great.
on Tuesday at ILA, so.
And I'll just go ahead and mention the vendors too, which is interesting
And the
because they have
exhibits, yeah.
furniture and library stuff. So Thursday, October 16th, if you're free, and the deadline is September 16th.
Yeah.
I think that if there's vendors there that the architect wants us to look at, or the staff to look at, that would probably be a good time to get ideas for the upcoming renovation.
Good point. That's all I have. Do any other trustees have anything to share tonight? Then moving on, number 8, directors and librarians reports.
Okay, so just an update with the roof replacement project at the Cal meeting this month. The board agreed to proceed with the base bid plus alternative 1, which is for the payment bonds for the base bid. And that we're not going with any of the other alternatives. All American inspected the roof and found no damage from the hailstorm, and that they didn't find any damage that would warrant filing a claim with our insurance. And once they've acquired all the materials, they plan to start working on the roof. I believe it was in September that they said they would start. And that actually, the whole project, once they start and finish, should be done well before the end of October, it sounds like.
Wow.
Hopefully no later than early November. Renovation project update. Liesel, Megan, Kathy, and myself, we met with Tiffany and Dan on July 7th, and they presented us with some preliminary drawings of both the main floor and the lower level. And then we reviewed those plans with them, and then we also talked about them amongst ourselves, and then I, on Sunday, sent them just some feedback that we had about how they had those preliminary plans, making some suggestions for changes, et cetera. So when we meet with them, not this week, but next week, we'll go over our ideas for kind of tweaking. And this is just very basic beginning floor plan discussion. August 15th is our staff development day. We're going to be visiting, we'll divide up into small groups and visit, each group is going to visit 2 libraries, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And product architecture, Tiffany and Dan have offered to be here at the end of the day when we all reconvene back here at the library to talk with staff about different things that they discovered or saw or were inspired by at some of the libraries that they visited. So we'll do about an hour session with the architects and the staff after our visits to these different libraries. And the libraries we're going to are Addison. Also, we're getting behind the scenes tours as well as tours of the public space at each library. I contacted all of the directors at these libraries and they very graciously agreed to do this for us. So we're going to be at Addison Public Library, Elmhurst Public Library, Helen Plum, Downers Grove, Glen Ellen, Wheaton, Glenside, Carroll Stream, Gale Borden, including their 2 branches, South Elgin and Rico, and then Arlington Heights and Mount Prospect. So we've got a full day.
Where's Helen Plum and Glenside?
What was
Where
it?
are they?
Glens, sorry?
Glenside?
Glenside's in Glendale Heights, yes.
Okay.
It's just called Glenside Park, Public Library, not Glendale Heights.
Well, the library will be closed all day.
Yes, we will.
I'm seeing updates from the Aurora Public Library about the Eola branch that's totally being remodeled.
Yeah.
Have you seen what they're doing?
No, I have not been to see that branch. We talked about going to some of our closer libraries, but we figured that staff had seen them already. So we wanted to really branch out and look at things we haven't seen before. Some of these libraries have been through some renovations of sorts over the last couple of years. Some of them, I believe, have been clients of product architecture. Yeah. So, but it doesn't matter. We just really want them to get some ideas and inspiration. And we want the staff to see, we often get so comfortable in our own little environment that we don't always know what's out there. So we want to expose them to new ideas, new ways of thinking as we start to redo our space.
It's actually under construction. I don't know that you can
I don't
see.
know that we'd be able to get in,
Yeah.
but, so we're excited. It'll be good. So that's the 15th of August. Also, just an update on OMA training. I included a link to the portal if you need it. And I was able to complete the training in about an hour, maybe a little more than that. It's about 100 pages that you go through, and then they do these little quizzes kind of throughout. It's really painless. But it was, well, I mean, it's
painless.
Yes, but I thought it was helpful because it refreshed my memory about going in and out of closed session, just when a roll call vote's required, when a voice vote's required. So I do think it's really beneficial to have that refresher. If you don't do it every year, maybe do it every. You're not required to do it every year. It is encouraged, but you are required to at least have completed it once, when you become a trustee. Let's see. And you also have the option of printing a certificate at the end. So I got yours. If you could just print that out or email it to me or whatever, and then we'll be able to keep it here at the library. So the board retreat with Alex Todd, he was not available on the 14th when we had talked about moving our COW meeting. He is available on the 7th, and the 4th. And so we just thought it would be better to have him come in September, and we can keep our COW meeting when it normally would be on the 7th. And then on September 4th, he will come and do a 1-hour workshop or presentation for the board about library renovations, and he will discuss the recent one they had at Prospect Heights, where he's a director, And he will do some, just basic, renovation 101 for the board on the 4th.
Can we reschedule, because I can't be here, and we were gonna reschedule, that was why we were rescheduling for August, because 2 people.
Well, I mean, I don't know, I guess the board wouldn't, and we are missing 2 members right now, so we can't verify if we reschedule what date will work. I'm a little worried that we might not be able to book him because we agreed on a date, he wasn't available, it's a lot of back and forth. So I think we have these CAL meetings already scheduled, and we'd either have to do a separate meeting, or I don't know how you want to proceed, because we have 2 board members missing, so we can't really pick a date tonight.
Well,
I was gonna say, can we record it? So that at
I
least.
can ask him if we can record it, yes.
And then perhaps those of us who can't be there can at least maybe forward any questions that we may have ahead of time and then watch it
then
afterwards.
can we have it August 7th? Because Kathy said that she could be there August 7th, but we had 2 people who couldn't.
So the 7th I can't make, but I could make the 14th.
Pardon?
I can't make the 7th.
I can't make
Yeah, so-
September.
I'm available on the 7th, it's fine.
I can do any of those 3.
You won't be,
No, I will be available. I will not have gone to the mountains yet. I will
Oh,
be
okay,
back.
I thought you were gone. Okay.
I'm available on all of these.
and as much as possible, I think I'd like to stick to our published calendar
Yeah.
if we could. And hopefully that recording will,
Well, the August 7th would be our.
I don't know if he would be, well,
You
I
just
can
said-
ask if he's available, but not every, I mean, I might be available the 7th, but he's not available the 7th, and so it's just finding a date when everyone's gonna be here is proving to be a challenge.
Now, is he coming here on September 4th also, or?
No, he's coming once on September 4th for an hour to
Okay.
do a presentation. Is that the one you can or can't?
No, I can make that one.
Okay. It's just, we tried to schedule it during a regular CAL meeting, because we'd already had those
Okay.
scheduled.
And if he can do the September, let's book him in. I feel
Yeah.
like
it's unfortunate, but those conflicts are gonna happen.
I'll ask
But
him.
I was willing to accommodate for the August one, and that's when they came up with the 14th. But if we had gone ahead and stayed with the 7th, then I would be able to make it, so.
But he wasn't available on the 14th.
He's not
That's what I
available on the
thought.
14th.
Yeah.
Right, but he was available on the 7th.
Is he?
Well, as of the writing, he was available on the 7th.
Yeah.
Between this published and the time she talks to him, you don't know.
it could change.
He needs
It could
time to
change.
prepare too, but I don't know. Yeah. But I can ask him if we can record the session.
I mean, this is pretty important, but I feel like we all need to be able to access it. And because this was going to help us with the renovation.
If
And
anybody's gonna
I'm,
be-
you know,
But there's never a perfect day, and both of
Exactly.
the dates that you have here on the agenda are dates of our regularly scheduled CAL
We
meetings.
could ask him if he could do the regular board meeting instead of a CAL meeting.
If a board member's gonna miss it, I probably would be the best one to miss it, since I've done renovations from the architect side. So I'm at
Yeah.
least familiar with the process.
Well, okay. I mean, part of what he's gonna be talking about is what is the board's responsibility during a renovation and what is the staff's responsibility?
Mhm.
So that it's very clear how we can proceed in the most efficient manner. And so that's part of what he's gonna talk about.
August 7th is our regularly scheduled meeting. You're available. Is everybody else available?
yes, except for Chris.
Chris is
Except-
not, and I don't know about Catherine or
Or
Andrew.
Andrew.
5 for a quorum?
What?
Do we need 5 for a quorum?
We need 4 for a majority of the quorum. So, or you could try it, we could see if you could come to the regular board meeting in August.
Or September.
You don't want to keep pushing it off. Whenever he's available, I think is key.
Yeah.
Would you check to see if he can do it on the 7th? And if not, we will do September 4th?
Okay.
With a regular board meeting?
Do we not want to consider the August regular board meeting?
We want as many board members here as, I mean, if we're gonna change from the 4th, then we should change it to a date when everyone is able to be here.
The regular board meeting is the 19th.
Yep.
So would you, the 4th or the 19th?
Well, it sounds like we don't want to do the 4th. We want to either do,
Or-
I could ask him for the 19th of, wait,
The 7th or
August,
the
what's the
19th?
August date?
The 7th or the 19th?
No, no, This August 19th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the September date?
September is
4th
the
or the 16th?
4th or the 16th.
Well, we already said no to the 4th because Christie's not here. So the 15th is the September?
16th.
16th, okay.
Okay.
I can ask him if he's available any of those dates. Okay, so moving on, July, staff updates. We have no new hires, departures, or status changes, but we did have 3 anniversaries. Andrew, our IT manager, 2 years. Thank you, Andrew. Laura Sears-Butowski has been in circulation for 12 years, and Mary Stuskell in Youth Services has been here 6 years. And then, excuse me, our upcoming board meeting is, the next one's the COW meeting on August 7th. Tuesday, August 19th is our BNA public hearing, budget and appropriation hearing at 6:30, and then immediately following that will be the regular board meeting. Even if that is when Alex comes, it shouldn't be a big deal because it's such a short special meeting. And that's that. And now we can look at stats, which is really small and hard to read, sorry about that. But basically it's the year end, so it's the end of fiscal year 25. And our physical items, the checkouts, have gone up by 5%. Our e-resources have gone up by 4% from this time this year to this time last year, to June of 2024. So our total circulation is up 5% in the last year. And then our reciprocal borrowing has gone up quite a bit between Aurora, Geneva, Messenger, and St. Charles. Let's see. Visitors, we have gone up a little bit, 1% in terms of visitors from this fiscal year compared to last fiscal year. And that for library visitors, and I'm sorry, that's just the month of June. But for the full fiscal year, so if you compare us between 24 and 25, we've gone up 16%. So that's nice. We're getting back to our pre-pandemic numbers. I think we're pretty much there, aren't we, Sherry? Yes. And then our meeting room reservations overall are about 1% higher than they were this time last year. Our meeting room attendance is up a little bit. And then the study room usage overall is up 8% from last year.
And before you go too far, Aurora reciprocal, Geneva reciprocal, that means when those patrons walk in our doors?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Interesting.
So we do get a lot of people from other libraries who visit this library. And some of there's many reasons why that happens.
Convenience, one.
Part of it could be convenience, part of it is because we get complimented on our excellent customer service.
Yep.
Our selection. There's a lot of reasons why people come.
There's also like the bits and areas where the kids want to do summer reading here because they're Batavia Public Schools, but they're technically
Yeah.
Aurora Library.
Yeah.
or Chicago
Right,
Library,
yeah,
so
there's
it's like
that too.
as well.
Good point.
Yep.
So, let's see, what else do I want to highlight? We did, in fiscal year 25, we had a total of, total programs, 609, I'm trying really hard to read this, 699 programs for all ages, you know, from youth through
Couldn't fit in
teen,
one more.
through
make it nice and
adults.
even.
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
I couldn't fit in
I
one
know,
more, make
right.
it nice and even.
699 programs, both passive and active. And then we served in the attendance for those 699 programs was 20,028 people
Wow.
for fiscal year 25. Our databases are also, in terms of the whole year, they're up 55% from fiscal year 24. Reference, let's see. I don't know really how this compares to last year, but we had a total of 30,008, is that 8 or 6? 891 reference questions in fiscal year 25 and 61 one-on-one sessions or appointments. We did a total of 142 site visits for home delivery in fiscal year 25, circulating 3,666 items. And we participated in 21 outreach events in fiscal year 25, and that number just keeps increasing. We're going to be, we just did the Windmill City Fest over the weekend. I poured beer again through the I was volunteering on behalf of my being on the Chambers board, and then we had staff, Liesel and Kristen Zambo, and some other staff who helped out from circulation and youth services to be there on Sunday when it was the family day, and we had a tent up. And we're going to be doing National Night Out in a couple of weeks, so we're doing more and more of these community events, outreach events. Oh, wait, is this it? Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm like squinting at this thing. Okay, and so in terms of our PR and marketing, overall, the changes from fiscal year 25 to 24, the homepage hits went down and the website page views went up, which is interesting. But the unique visitors went down considerably.
Isn't part of that we changed how we measure that though?
I think that might be part of it, yeah. We weren't tallying it quite correctly. But our Facebook has gone up 7%, Instagram 14%, and even though we're not using TikTok, it went up 10% overall in fiscal year 25. Okay, so that's that for stats. And budget report. So this is the end of the fiscal year. And we are pretty much, we're in a good place. We didn't go over anything. If you go to, where is it? So we are total library fund expenses and transfers, because we're doing the transfer to special reserves. Gets us right at about almost 100%. So that's anything that was left over from in the budget that wasn't spent went into this transfer to special reserves for our renovation project. So there's not really anything more, no surprises. But that is, we may see a few more things trickle in for fiscal year 25, but for the most part, we've got it all.
We're done.
We're done. And so now we're already well into fiscal year 26. Are there any questions about? Yeah, so also on page 3 of the budget, where it says special reserve fund, Don has indicated that $1,295,000 transfer that's due from the library fund
Mhm.
once we make that transfer. So, which means that our ending fund balance in special reserves will be $6,537,080. So our roof project will get us, will be just under 6 million when the roof project's done. But we will be transferring.
He understood 6 million for the roof. I think he was, whoa.
No, we'll be just under.
I got it.
Okay.
But I didn't hear it right the first time.
That is all
Get out
copper,
the
the whole roof will be in copper. Okay, so that's that. I think, I don't have an update on our, on the foundation account, but there hasn't been a lot of big, I'll have an update at the next meeting, because they do like quarterly reports or whatever,
Mhm.
and I think there should be one coming up. But if I remember correctly, it's over 100,000 in there, but I can't remember exactly how much. Is it just over 100?
I think maybe more like 135, just guys pulling out of the air.
So.
Just pennies.
Pennies, but they all add up.
Mhm.
And I think we'll have to look at some of those things, like the development fund and the foundation, et cetera, as we get closer to, further into our renovation project, and kind of figure out how those, if we want to use those funds, and if that will help us out. Anyway, that's all I have. And so now we can turn it over to Liesl, the Youth Services.
Didn't have all the packet in front of me, so I wasn't sure who was next, sorry. All right, youth services. I think everybody knows June is the craziest month of the year for youth services, between summer reading challenge and summer programming. So we always start the month off with a bang. I've noted here in your report that we have 1,624 kids signed up for the program. We've had some new registrations since I've written this report, and of those 1,624, 1,126 are actively participating, meaning they have at least done 1 day's worth of reading or done some activities or whatnot. You'll notice, of course, there's a discrepancy between those two numbers. I am not worried about it. We have a number of folks who prefer to log on paper rather than in Beanstack. And unlike in Beanstack, where you get halfway through and it prompts you to come see us for your prizes, they don't always pick up on that on the paper. So in other words, the totals that I'm giving you are just what we have logged in Beanstack, so it doesn't reflect those that are logging on paper and haven't reported in yet. So I'm confident that those numbers will be higher by the time all is said and done. I also included some pictures there at the bottom of the first page of my report. I really want to give a shout out to Mary Podrasky. She's our full-time library associate. She is incredibly creative and talented, and she came up with a really fun way of tracking. Every summer we've put the kids' names up on the wall that are participating. And she said, well, I'd really like to do pixelated art, and I was really having trouble wrapping my brain around what that would look like. And she's like, well, it's just gonna be little squares of paper, it'll be easy peasy. I have to tell you, my brain is not wired that way. So she had to make me a little sample so I could finally get it. But these pictures don't even do it justice. If you have time, pop down into youth services. We've been completing little characters as we go along, and it really is providing a vibrant pop of color in the department. So kudos to her on that. I love everything that she comes up with. She's done a number of fun things to decorate our department and get kids really involved. Speaking of Mary Podrasky, she also had a drive-in movie program on a Saturday morning, and it was for ages 2 to 4, and you can get a sense from the photos here. We collected some big boxes. What kid doesn't love a box, right? And she took it one level higher. Every kid had a little duct tape wallet. There was a little driver's license in it. There was like play money so they could buy concessions and movie tickets. And they decorated their cars. They had a blast. And then they all watched an episode of Bear in the Big Blue House, which has been around for a really long time, but it was a huge hit, and so much so that she plans to repeat the program later in the year. So a lot of fun there. We are always trying to provide some programs that are a little bit different that maybe folks haven't come across in other places here in town. So we had a hard of hearing disability advocate come in mid-June and teach a beginning sign language class to some of our upper elementary and middle schoolers. And it was a small but very enthusiastic group. The pictures really don't do it justice, but they were very involved. I kind of poked my head in, and she really did a great job of engaging the kids, and they learned a lot. So that was fun. Another fun program that we offered was Engineering Arcade. We had some staff from SciTech come out, and they led a STEM program, and you can see a picture here of one of our participants. It's a pinball game that's all made out of paper, and they had a lot of fun. I had fun checking out their creations, and then they had fun decorating it as well. We also had a sensory program for kids that were a little bit older. I know you've heard me talk many times about our sensory playtime program that Allison Wise leads. This one was led by Mary Podrasky, and it had a gaming theme, and so they are doing all kinds of fun with hot lava and sand foam and fireball tosses and knockdown games and memory games. A fun time was had by all, and thanks as always to facilities for their patience in us making a big mess, with the caveat that we try our best to clean it up afterwards. We're partnering again with the Batavia Deep Museum this summer to have story time with the caboose. We did have a small, I don't even know what to call it, heat out, if that's a phrase, earlier at the end of June. It was so darn hot that we just didn't want families to be coming out and cooking themselves on the lawn, so we brought it here. Much smaller attendance, as you might imagine, when you pivot at the last minute, but overall, despite the heat and our sometimes not terribly reliable weather, we've had a good time with that. And what's great about it is it not only makes people aware of the museum, but the kids have a chance to explore the caboose afterwards as well. So we appreciate the Depot Museum's continued partnership. One of the things I really want to highlight was something that was new to us this summer. In the past, I've had some success partnering between libraries I worked at and the Park District on a family concert, and so that was an idea that I floated to our friends at the Batavia Park District, and they were all about it. So we partnered together, and a special shout out to the Friends of the Library who very graciously funded Justin Roberts' fee for the concert, and also funded our fun lawn games. We went and had a wonderful concert there. We had it at a special time. The concerts are usually a little bit later, but because it was a kids concert, we wanted to recognize that bedtime might get in the way of a later concert. And I was a little nervous about it, but we had at least 349 people in attendance. People kept moving around, so I might have double counted some and undercounted others. But this is something that we definitely plan to make an event again next year. The Park District is up for partnering, so I'm very excited about it. We also had a library informational table. Truth be told, I think the kids had more fun with the lawn games than they did want to hear about the library's services. Well, and we were competing with the Freezy Pops that were being handed out too, so you know, it is what it is. But it was a great evening, and I'm excited that we'll be able to bring it back again next year. Just a few other highlights here. We've got the African Folk Tales program, Star Chief Eagle program. I feel it's really important to bring programs that have some diversity to them to the library. Sometimes these programs don't always garner the largest attendance, but I think it's important to provide those opportunities. And both of those groups gave outstanding presentations, and we had really positive feedback from those that were in attendance. So there's that. Outreach, we were busy this month, or last month rather. Alice Gustafson Elementary invited us to come out. They have a summer event called Lit and Lemonade, so one of our library associates came and read some stories and talked a little bit about summer reading. School Services Librarian Amy Marks and Misty Jump from Adult and Teen Services went to Batavia Apartments for the Rock the Block event. This picture does not even do it justice. They had a giant foam party going on. It was quite the thing, and we had 133 attendees that we chatted with while we were at the event. As you might imagine, nobody's really excited to sign up for a library card when they're covered in foam, but just I think being there and being a positive presence is a good thing. And we continue our partnership with Mooseheart, and Amy Marks was out at Mooseheart in June to promote summer reading. They have a very small number of students that stay on the campus over the summer. And the librarian there was very excited to get them involved in the summer reading program. So we're working to follow up with them and get them their prizes. And then last but not least, Dramatic Play was a lemonade stand in June, and we had a lot of fun with cookies and drinks, and I personally got a kick out of how much the children upcharged their parents and caregivers for all of these items. We hear a lot of, as I mentioned before, fun interactions over there. And then lots of things with our passive discover and uncover activities in the department, a lot of things that were video game themed, and just general scavenger hunts, and those are always popular because you can do them whenever you like. Any questions about what's been happening in youth services?
The pictures are great, letting us feel like we're there, and the drive-in was so cool.
Oh, it was a stitch. Like I said, I am in awe of her creativity, and the kids just flocked to her program. So yes, thank you so much.
Okay, so it's funny to hear outreach come up so much in the other reports because that was really the theme in ATS for June as well. It's a big outreach month. We had, and all of which was done in collaboration with other departments, which was also really nice because we like getting to collaborate together, and it also, I think, gives a chance for our community to really see so many different parts of what we have going on. So we had 3 employees, Misty Jump, Tasha Owens, and Jillian Bonas, all went to the 250th anniversary parade at Covenant Living. They turned the home delivery wagon into a book float for the day, so you can see their giant book props. They made them really easy to read for people who like the large print books. And they gave out very large, extra large print books for this one. And they gave out 120 giveaways of branded back scratchers and magnifying readers to all the attendees, and they were very excited to see them all there. As Lisa mentioned, we had Mallory Manning join Amy Marks at the Moose Heart visit for the summer reading registration, and she signed up 18 teens that day, which is a significant number for Moose Heart. That's a lot of teen readers that in the past have not really participated in our program, so it was really exciting to bring them in and be able to partner with them in that way. Mallory also coordinated a teen art collaboration with the Batavia High School. The summer art class students created 3D printed custom holders, and they designed an array of stickers, buttons, and bookmarks to fill them. They're out in the teen area right now for people to see. And they also, just for fun, made a goose and a fox to decorate it. So someone just really wanted to get creative with it, so they look really cute out there. But it was nice to be able to partner with the high school over the summer, which was a first for us. We had Misty Jump and Kristen Zambo go to the Super Savvy Senior Expo. I always want to jumble up the title of that event, so kudos to you guys for getting it right all day. It was geared to, bringing resources and programs and a lot of information to seniors, and they helped 125 people that day. I think they also were next to the Friends, who helped people as well, so the library was there in full force. And yeah, as Lisa mentioned, Misty and Amy were at the Rock the Block event at Mercy Housing. So a lot of really fun outreach events. And then for our regular programming, we also had a special program called our Community Concert and Potluck, where we had a performance come in, but in addition to people being able to just come and enjoy the performance, we asked people to either bring a dessert potluck item and or items for the Batavia Interfaith Food Pantry. And we actually collected 225 pounds of donations that filled 3 shopping carts to the brim. They were very happy with our donation.
Nice.
And we are really grateful to our very generous community for coming out and supporting that initiative. And it was nice to see them all socialize and enjoy the concert as well. Summer reading is going very well. At the halfway mark, our registration was up 48% from last year. And the number of active readers was up 17% from last year. So we have already surpassed our numbers, and we're looking forward to just seeing them continue to grow. I think people are very excited to see all the opportunities for coupons to local businesses that they generously donated and the prizes that the Friends donated. So we are very excited to see it going so well and see everyone so happy with it. And then for our collections, we did another round of weeding because it had been about a year since we had done a big nonfiction weed. And I think we're now at the point that we are finally going to fit on the nonfiction shelves. Our friends in circulation are helping us shift. So we look forward to that, where people can really safely browse the collections and be able to find things more easily. So really good month in June.
Great, thank you.
Again, thanks for the pictures, they really help. All right. Number 9, we're going to adjourn to closed session, to review closed session minutes. That will be, I believe, just a very short meeting. Once we come back into open session, we're really just going to list our upcoming meetings, so if anyone wants to leave, you won't hurt our feelings. We need a motion to enter closed session.
Yep, and it'll be a roll call vote.
Okay. So
I move that we enter into closed session.
a motion by
Fasano.
Chris Lowe, and then a second by
Sure. Yeah.
Fasano. Any discussion?
Oh, yeah, it's a roll call vote.
Mary Ann, would you call the roll?
Deishman, Ford,
Aye.
Hubbard, Larson,
Aye.
Lowe,
Aye.
Russo,
Aye,
Fasano, aye.
thank you. So we'll
I have to go run and
reconvene
grab the
in just a
minutes.
couple minutes. At 7:32, we're reconvening an open session. Mary Ann, would you call the roll?
Sure. Deishman, Ford,
Here.
Hubbard, Larson,
Here.
Lowe,
Present.
Russo,
Here?
Fasano, here.
May I ask an administrative question?
Okay.
I know that with my experience with Diligent, you have the ability to have executive content that only the board can see and that
Yes,
the public cannot.
yes.
Could we include those?
I think we could.
Okay, so that if we go back and,
Yes,
in theory,
yes,
so I
Yes.
think that would be something that would be beneficial.
yes.
Okay, that was my question.
Except that then well, the whole point is that they are not available outside of the library. So if we put them on here, then those closed session minutes are now no longer
Okay.
contained within the library.
Fair
That's the problem. So I
But
think it's-
other executive content could end up there. For example, would we be able to have like your review matrix on there? 'Cause-
Yes, it's just whatever happens during the closed session meeting cannot be, the minutes from that closed session meeting cannot be.
So there may be information there, but the specific minutes will not be because of security
There
concerns.
could be information, like the matrix, or things that you need, tools you need for the closed session you could have in advance, but you can't have the minutes of that closed session
Makes sense. Thank you.
on the computer. Makes sense.
Okay, would someone like to make the closed session action motion?
If you can remember what it is.
Make the motion that we destroy the 3.
No, it's actually written out on the
Yeah, it's right here.
thing.
Oh. I can't read it.
Okay, then Chris can do it.
I'll make the motion to approve the closed session minutes of January 21st, 2025, April 15th, 2025, and June 17th, 2025, and destroy the closed session recording from November 21st, 2023.
I second.
So a motion by trustee Lowe and a second by trustee Ford. Any discussion? Mary Ann, would you call the roll?
Deishman, Ford,
Aye.
Hubbard, Larson,
Aye.
Lowe,
Aye.
Russo,
Aye.
Fasano, aye. Christie, you need to speak up, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, okay.
All right, so that is approved. Number 11, upcoming meetings. The committee of the whole meeting is August 7th, 2025. The special board meeting and budget and appropriation public hearing is August 19th, 2025 at 6:30. And the regular board meeting is also August 19th, 2025, but it will be about 10 minutes later at 6:40 p.m. Number 12 on our agenda is adjournment.
I move that we adjourn this meeting.
I will second that. So a motion by Fasano and a second by Russo. We don't have to discuss it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.